black fans do we have in the audience? Okay. Okay, so you play Sophia, who is one of the hairstylists in the prison. Is
She's
that
the
correct?
hairstylist.
I'm sorry. The
Don't go to Danita, she'll burn the shit out of your scalp. I cursed, but I was quoting the script of Orange is the New Black.
So we're going to show a clip from the show in just a minute, but before we get to that, how present are you in the writer's room? How much?
I'm not.
You're not at all. So
I'm not.
Okay.
I actually I told Gingy, we were doing a panel, and I was like, I'd love to be in the writer's room. He's like, that's not gonna happen. Yeah.
But you have input. You have some sort of say in
Not
Sophia's.
really, no.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. They're very. Our writers are so brilliant, and Gingy has a very strong vision. And I think what she has said is that she has all of our voices in her head, which can be really intense. And so she, after a season or so, even after several episodes, that she starts to write for specific actors in their characters. So there's that piece, but I have no say over where Sophia's storyline will go or what they're going to do with her, but certainly they're inspired by, I think, the actors themselves, and I'm assuming I've influenced what they've written a bit. But yeah, it's all Gingy and all our brilliant, brilliant writers.
Was Sophia always intended to be a transgender character in the show?
From my understanding, yes. So Piper Kerman, who wrote the book that our show is based on, when she was incarcerated, she was incarcerated with a trans woman who was also African American. And so in the book, if you've read the book, I think she's the character named Vanessa in the book. And so she was always written as trans, and to Gingy and Gingy's credit, they wanted to hire a trans person to play the part, and here I am, thank God.
When people meet you, do they think that there's a part of Sophia in you, that they sort of see that character that's so closely identified?
Probably, I think so. I mean, on the street, it's so funny. Sometimes people come up to me on the street and they're like, "Are you Sophia?" And I'm like, "No."
Do you ever want to say yes, though? Does that ever just...
No. I love this. What I love about this character, though, is that there's so many unexpected things that happen with Sophia, and I think that's just goes for all the characters on the show. The space of the backstories, that sort of dramatic device that Gingy employs, really gives us a sense of depth of who these women are that we probably wouldn't get otherwise. And the Sophia that's in the prison is really different than Sophia who's a mother and a wife. And sort of getting to play all that has been really wonderful and fun for me.
Tell me about Free CeCe, the film.
Free CeCe, we're so excited. We're in in the intense post-production for Free CeCe, which is all very intense. Free CeCe is a documentary that I am executive producing about a young woman named CeCe McDonald, who is an African-American transgender woman who spent 19 months in a men's prison in St. Cloud, Minnesota for defending herself against a racist and transphobic attack that happened on June 5th, 2011. Just thinking about, talking about all the trans women who have not survived violence. CeCe is a survivor, and her gift for survival was a prison sentence. And we got Jack Garris, my director and co-producer on this. We got the idea to do this, and we hadn't met CeCe, hadn't seen any footage of CeCe. We didn't know how CeCe would be on camera, and CeCe's amazing on camera. I mean, so much of what in the editing process, when I'm looking at footage, I'm just like, this young woman is so charismatic and so articulate, and she's just a great subject of a documentary. We got very, very lucky that she's so amazing. But in the documentary, we are looking at her story and the intricacies of that, and we're trying to sort of unpack the culture of violence against trans women of color specifically. There's an amazing interview with CeCe and Angela Davis, which is legendary. And it's a labor of love, and hopefully it'll illuminate some of these issues.
Are there questions that you're just tired of answering? I just don't want to answer these.
Oh, yeah.
That question about this topic anymore. Please don't ask me again about this topic, because I'm over it.
Absolutely, but what the thing about that is that different people are coming to this with different sets of information, and so learning doesn't always happen in the moment. And so being repetitive about some things, we don't get past, Janet Mock wrote a brilliant essay several years ago about how do we get past Trans 101, you know, when we have conversations with and about trans people. And so I try to navigate those questions and also try to take us to the next level of conversation. So yeah, the surgery narrative, the transition narrative, I'm really over. I've been really, really over it. I think that people don't think that our lives exist after we transition. I think we're starting to see more and more. I think there's been a proliferation of trans narratives in the media now. So folks are seeing that there's life after. Like, you don't just like transition and like sort of blend in and like live happily ever after. If that were the case, then we, you know. Yeah. That's not what happens. So.
Do you ever just want to be ignored again? Do you just ever want to sit in a Starbucks with your Frappuccino and just have nobody come up to you anymore? Or is
I
how
never,
are you dealing with that
ever
part?
want to be ignored.
Okay, good.
I don't want to be ignored professionally. I think most of us want to have our work acknowledged as having some sort of value, but definitely I'm very clear that what I do as an actress is work. And so that every time I leave my apartment, I am not working. Every time I leave my apartment, it's not an opportunity for me to sort of engage with the public. And so I've had to learn to set boundaries around that. And I have an intense desire to make everyone happy. And I understand that when I have to set boundaries to take care of myself, then I might not make everyone happy. And so I'm getting better at that. I'm getting better at not being like upset when I say no to a photo. Like, I'll do it because I know I have to set boundaries for myself, because the second you say yes to one photo, then, you know, kind of 20 will start. Sure. And then I'll often feel bad about it. And, you know, but it is what it is. I just know that I can't, how draining it is to always be there for other people, and that I have to have something for myself, and I have to take care of myself first.
Why don't we start taking some questions from the audience? If we could start over here, please.
So I was wondering if there's anything you could say to the younger generation and the students at Rutgers, about transitioning or being a trans person in popular media and like all the attention that's drawn to it. If you had any thoughts on that.
What strikes me about the cultural moment that trans folks are having in the media in terms of visibility is that we're having really unprecedented trans visibility in the media right now. And in that same environment, more trans women are being reported murdered than any other time in history. So I think I will like to credit folks. I forget who said it's the best of times and the worst of times when it comes to trans folks in America now. So for me, that juxtaposition is really important. And when we talk about trans people, having an intersectional lens is really important. I identify as an intersectional feminist. And talking about gender, I think without talking about class and race, we're not getting a full picture. So I would, and then in terms of transitioning, I think that it's really just about support. Finding, if you have one person who loves and supports you for who you are, then hold on to that person for dear life, not in a codependent way, but hold on to that person, and there's support out there. Know that you're not alone, and you can get support online. Depending on your community, there might be, if there's an LGBT center in your hometown, go and get support there.